the last vineyard that we planted. The area that we planted is the total vineyard is 46 acres, and we replanted about 25. So what you're looking at is these are high density plantings. So what you'll see is this is 6,800 vines per hectare. We'll get our first small crop this year. You'll see some of the vines that these are the ones with the green tags were actually replanted last year. We filled out some blocks. But we will not be producing a Hidden Bench estate wine with this fruit for probably 5 years. And so this is an opportunity that we have to talk about today, because we were looking at producing a Hidden Bench wine from this Chardonnay and this Pinot Noir, but it'll be a licensee only wine, labeled with Hidden Bench, but it'll be, we'll have to figure it out, you know, in French they call it les jeunes or the juveniles, or so basically until the vines are at the age that I think that they're going to produce high quality fruit, we are still going to produce wine, and it'll be, I think it'll give us an entry level into a lot of restaurants, which we don't have right now for wines to be poured by the glass.
That's very smart.
So this is something that we'll do. So this is a 80% Pinot Noir. There's a little bit of Chardonnay planting as well. It goes all the way over to the houses over there. My favorite neighbors who complain about everything. You know, doesn't matter. Oh yeah. Really? I planted 54 trees last year to create a break when we spray. Yeah. They complained that it was blocking their view.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I mean, but half of them complained that the fact that they didn't like the spray. So what do you what do you basically do? You know, so this vineyard basically has Chardonnay, as I said, Pinot Noir primarily, 6 different clones of Pinot Noir, 3 different clones of Chardonnay. We have an old block of Chardonnay. The Felsec Chardonnay, which we'll taste, comes from this vineyard. It's a block that was planted in 1988. It's an old 76 clone, which is really nice. Our Gewurz comes from this vineyard as well, and our biggest block of Malbec is in this vineyard as well.
What would have been your cost per acre to replant here? You would have done that.
Okay.
Or whatever, measure it.
I could just, let me just give you some numbers the land per se is about $40,000 an acre. Okay. Wow. We then ripped it all out. Yeah. Okay, so that was about 5,000 an acre to rip out everything. Okay. We then we recontoured and re-leveled and waited a year. We sodded it all over with a cover crop, with a high organic material cover crop with clover, trefoil, and ryegrass for a year. We just let it sit. Okay. So you get the carry. We then plowed that all under, and we had ordered special grafting of vines from Burgundy. Okay. Each vine is $2.75. So there's 6,800 vines per acre. So you figure $35,000 in vines alone per acre.
And then the labor putting it in.
Labor putting it in, all trellising is $16,000 per acre. So you're basically looking at the replant costs were about $56,000 or $57,000. Wow. So it's a
huge investment, and then have to wait 4 or 5 years.
Well, yeah, but it's worth it. Yeah. It's one of those things that we.
But you have to be able to wait it out, right?
Yeah. We want to make sure that we have. We could have left it. You know, most owners would have left it. And when you see the vineyard and you see the winery, you understand that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Okay, probably very much a perfectionist. And if you're going to do something, you may as well do it right, or don't bother doing it at all. Okay, because that's probably what it comes down to. And our wines reflect that. I mean, that's probably what it comes down to. So it was a big investment. It choked me a little bit. I got to tell you, I wasn't expecting it to be as. I was hoping to have be like a year ahead. But we planted in 07. If those of you remember, 07 was an extremely warm year. So the vines didn't grow a lot in 07. So we had to basically deal with a very slow start with the vines. But they're doing well now. I mean, these guys are they're in pretty good shape. So any questions about viticulture at all, or? Okay.